Hello everyone, my name's Misper. Welcome back to another video. So I've been outside just for a few minutes today and the weather is really bitter. There's hailstones coming down and I'm reminded of a line from Shakespeare, when blood is nipped and ways be foul. And it comes from a song about winter at the end of his play, Love's Labour's Lost. And it's such a beautiful descriptive piece that I thought I would read it out to you. When icicles hang by the wall, and Dick the shepherd blows his nail, and Tom bears logs into the hall, and milk comes frozen home in pail. When blood is nipped and ways be foul, then nightly sings the staring owl, to wit, to woo, a merry note, while greasy Joan doth keel the pot. When all aloud the wind doth blow, and coughing drowns the parson's saw, and birds sit brooding in the snow, and Marion's nose looks red and raw. When roasted crabs hiss in the bowl, then nightly sings the staring owl, to wit, to woo, a merry note, while greasy Joan doth keel the pot. And I really love the fact that it's just description. There isn't a message or anything to be, to be deduced from it. It's just simple imagery of how hard and how harsh life would have been in winter in rural England in Shakespeare's time. And I think I like the poem because I remember very harsh winters when I was a child, and we didn't have central heating, and I remember bringing milk bottles in and the milk was frozen. And also the fact that it was really difficult to have baths or keep clean. I think the star of this poem is Greasy Joan. Her line is said twice, and Greasy Joan doth keel the pot. I love this poem. I think it's really simple, and yet you can see how harsh life would have been, and people would still have to go out and still have to work. Dick would still have to go out into the fields. There'd still be wood to be chopped and brought in, and people's struggles would have gone on. So I hope you've enjoyed that first bit of the video. So welcome back to part 2 of this video, and in this part I'm going to be making a very simple bird feeder, and in the end it will look like this. So that's the bird feeder, and then you can just put some string through it and hang it outside, hang it on a branch of the tree, or what I do is I just find a thin branch and then I just push it onto the branch. Okay, so I'll just go through how to make this. You use the centre of the toilet roll or kitchen roll. Then you need to coat it with something so that it's waterproof. And the best thing to use will be coconut oil, something like coconut oil, or peanut butter. So I've just got a jar of peanut butter here. And then what I like to do is to make sure that I use different things then on top of that. So today I'm using dried worms because they will have protein, but you could use nuts and seeds as well. And I think if you make bird food this way, then it's cheaper than buying it, but you also know what's going into it as well, because a lot of the commercial bird food, it's packed with other things and it has little nutrients and it just has a lot of filler in there. it's really important to feed the birds at this time of the year. I've got a pair of robins and they come regularly, and I make sure I put the food out at exactly the same time every day, because I don't want them to waste their energy coming and looking for the food. And I think if we don't feed the birds, they're not going to survive the harsh winters. They won't just survive on what's out there with the berries, because they need more nutrients. They just don't get enough energy, and they need to be healthy enough so that in the spring they can actually breed. So that's that there. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some more of this onto there. Now, I know that some people would put their leftover food out for them. They might put bread out or anything else that they're eating, and they might use their leftover food and put that out. But I think bread it's just going to fill them up and bloat them, but it doesn't actually give the birds nutrition. And your actual food that you eat, if you put that out for the birds, it might be too salty for them, so it might actually harm them. So it's really cheap to just make some food for the birds in this way. This really large packet was £1, and that will last a week. And this was, I think, 59p. So it's a very cheap and effective way of feeding the birds. I like to feed the little birds in my garden. The large magpies and the squirrels are always there, and they get the majority of the food. But I make sure I still feed the little birds. I put bird food in secret little places that I know that they visit. So it's as simple as that. Those are the two bird feeders there. You can hang some string through them, or you can just hang this onto a branch. I wanted to put it on the branch and then film the birds coming and feeding from it. But whenever I've tried, as I get close with my camera, the birds are just too skittish and they fly away straight away, so I can't do it. So you'll have to just accept my word for it that the feeder will be successful and the birds will use it. Okay, so thank you for watching this part of the video. Okay, so it's early the next morning. It's still dark, and I've come out and hung them on the trees. There's no birds at the moment, but I'm sure they will come, and I just thought I'd show you what they look like actually hanging up there. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. See you next time.